another Michigan voter saying he's not voting for El Said. He was on board for the other lady who was running as a Democrat, but he can't get with El Said. Take a look here.
If El Sayed wins, I will not vote Democrat. I'll switch over, and I'll vote for a candidate with character, whoever that might be. If El Sayed...
There it is. Nicole, your thoughts there?
I apologize. I take full responsibility. I am partly responsible for what's happening in America, for what's happening in Dearborn, Michigan, for what's happening in New York City. We left Iran, we left Islamic Republic for exactly this reason, because radical terrorist Muslims took over the country and are literally killing, raping, torturing, and executing innocent people right now as we speak for the past 47 years. And I thought by voting Democrat, liberals, every single year, every single time there was an election, that meant we are going to make America, keep America great. We're going to definitely not negotiate with terrorism. That's exactly what the left media made me believe. And I'm here to say, I apologize. I was brainwashed this whole time. It took me over 20 years to realize that Democrats and liberals are the reason this country is the way it is. They're the ones that are okay with the American flag being burned in New York City, that the American flag is okay to be burned. It's part of democracy. It's the most anti-American thing to do. And wishing death upon America is the most anti-American thing you can do. It has nothing to do with democracy.
We're going to see a lot of that. And especially Democrat men who, I hate to say it, were born Democrat. You know, everybody in their families voted Democrat for generations, and they've looked by some slights, they've looked by some problems, but ruining the nation is not something they're willing to look by. To a large degree, Shelley hit the nail, you know, on the head. They don't really have anything to lose, but the Democrats that do have something to lose are like, hold on. Our nation is too big to fail. It's too important to us to fail. So while these merry band of idiots come in and jack everything up, how much money is it going to cost us to fix it? This is what I say to people about New York City. And they're like, oh, well, Mondami's not that bad. Mondami would be horrible if New York State had to cover all of the errors that he makes. But we all know that the United States government is not going to see one of our greatest cities fail, regardless of how much of a jerk this guy is. The federal government will step in and save our states. It absolutely will. But the goal is not to have to do that, right? That's the goal. The goal is to get people thinking that free doesn't exist. But you have a whole generation of people who've only known free. The Obama phones, free. Section 8 housing, damn near free. There are people getting $800, $1,000, almost $1,500 in food assistance. And don't work nowhere. Healthy as a horse. I know, because they're all over TikTok dancing like a bunch of paid idiots. Do you know what I mean? So we have this whole generation that expects the quote unquote government to take care of them. They have not yet heard anyone tell them to their faces, honey, you are the government. Your tax dollars are government dollars. They miss that. We can't blame people who are like El Said. He's stepping in, again, the power vacuum. He's stepping into a situation where someone's left the door open. But every person in Michigan who votes for that jackass, just like I keep saying in New York, elections have consequences. Yeah. You're going to get what you got.
Absolutely. Well, some are saying the reason why people aren't voting for this El Said is because they have Islamophobia. All right. Take a look at this. This is Hassan Piker. So again, this is the radical Marxist leftist who campaigned with El Said, and he's calling people xenophobic and Islamophobic.
Being like Abdullah's a fuck ton of work to do mending bridges. Here's the fucking take nuke for you, okay? You are all unbelievably Islamophobic pieces of shit, okay? You literally called the dude a fucking terrorist for months on end and like called him a sexist, misogynist, terrorist, bad candidate, fake doctor when he has like 2 fucking degrees. And now you're going to sit there and be like, well, you know, you really got to come to me now. Like, what are you talking about? Do you want to fucking win or not? Lock the fuck in, okay? Lock the fuck in. And I do worry that there are some out there who, in an effort to make sure that this narrative that a progressive can win in a state like Michigan doesn't take root, will literally either subtly or, you know, not so secretively endorse Mike Rogers or stay out of the race. Well,
this scumbag.
Well,
I would agree with him. I'm Islamophobic. I'm xenophobic. I'm whatever else I am. Yeah. So put me in that camp because I don't want my country to become, again, a Pakistan or another Muslim country. It's America. That's what I want it to remain as. And that's what I will do my best to keep it that way. Fuck you, Hassan, Piker, and the Hill, whoever you came over here on. Whatever. I don't care.
What's up, everybody? This is Poppin' Politics. Get your merch. You can get it all in t-shirts and hoodies. You can get it in stickers, on bags. You can get it all on our website, metroconservativemedia.com, or our YouTube page, Pop and Politics, and Takeover to store. You can get your merch and show you're proud to be an American and support Pop and Politics.
He is doing his best to sell this Islamist to the people of Michigan. And even if it means saying, Democrats who don't vote for him, you are xenophobic, you're, Islamophobic and this and that. Let me tell you, there are very few people who were born under this who are phobic of anything Islamic. Let's clear that up. We will bomb you into submission. Absolute submission. So don't say that Americans are scared of shit. These colors don't run, baby. That's the reason why you're here, why you're not somewhere in your desert palace, right? Go over to Qatar and tell the king that someone is, American phobic here in Qatar, and see if they don't separate your head from your shoulders with a very sharp blade. The very same freedoms that allow you to talk that absolute nonsense on national TV all over the internet is the very same freedom you would love to snatch from people born in this nation. It is such a cycle that I don't know the mental gymnastics it takes to say we want to be free, but only free enough to take away other people's freedoms. It doesn't make any common sense. Only thing I can think of is that people who follow this kind of logic, they know the end game. The end game is to take away what they can never really fully enjoy. I think that's their end game, to change our nation forever into something that is unrecognizable to people who truly love freedom, but very much like Yemen, very much like the countries that they've come from, except for with money and better weapons.
Yeah, that's the requirement of the Democrat Socialists of America. Okay, it's a requirement now for every one of their candidates to support dismantling the U.S. government. Don't take my word for it. Here it is in clip 6.
Something that we committed to at convention, having our endorsed candidates supporting the program. It's a requirement now. And so that'll be incorporated into our endorsement process.
It sounds so radical, like abolish the Senate, abolish the Supreme Court, like et cetera, but it's not like those are the things that need to happen.
So whenever people are like, oh my God, they want to get rid of the president, I was like, well, I don't know what we would call it in the future. We could call it the head honcho of whatever, it's like we might not have a president.
Wow. There it is, Shelley.
You call it the Islamic Republic of America, with a Khomeini and Ayatollah at the head. That's what they want. And you idiots will be the first on the list of people to get stoned, burned alive, decapitated, beaten, and then made to walk around with a damn full-fledged burqa and abaya and all that hijab on. You three right there will be at the top of the list. So go ahead. As a matter of fact, no, we're not going to let you do that here in America, number one. If you want to do it, guess what? Even in America, you have the freedom to leave and go to Iran and Yemen and wherever else and parade around, have a burqa fashion show if you want. You are free to do that. Go and please go and do it. I will help you get there. I'll help you get there.
Yeah. It's always the same type of patchouli smelling, Birkenstock wearing, homely. I mean, just don't own mirrors, don't have decent clothing. I mean, it's always the same type of chick. So we're no longer going to have a president, or we'll have a head honcho. How about if we have a grand poobah of upper butt crack? How about if we have one of those? Baby, that's not what we do here. And I keep trying to be very kind by saying that, they dream of unicorns and sprinkle dust and all of that. These are the kids that were in the back of the classroom that nobody would talk to. Sometimes children have a sixth sense about weirdos. She's weird, probably smells like cheese. 99 point chance that she smells like cheese. And she wants to change the way the world works because she doesn't see a place for herself in it. Instead of using all of this energy to perfect the union, she'd rather break it into pieces to hopefully find more women like her.
Folks, I wish that somebody would take the three fingers that went up Roland Martin's behind and stick it in their mouths to shut them up. That's what I wish. Yeah. Oh, yeah. These women make me sick. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.